Dan Tom here with MMA Junkie to help you break down the main event for UFC Vegas 41 between Paulo Costa and Marvin Vettori. Costa, who is coming off of a bit of a layoff since his loss to now champion Israel Adesanya, will be looking to beat another man who recently lost to Adesanya in Marvin Vettori. Vettori, who of course is a passionate fighter, will be looking to get back to his winning ways this Saturday. At the time of this video, the public is currently siding with Vettori in the neighborhood of minus 160 as your favorite, with the comeback on your underdog Costa coming back in the neighborhood of plus 130. Now, the odds setters actually set this odd with Costa, the Brazilian fighter, as your odds-on favorite, but public money has come in and moved the odds and flipped them. So now Vettori is your actual favorite. Now, although I do agree with the line shift, I get it, I also will caution anybody who is completely counting out Costa. He didn't have a great showing with his last outing. Of course, it was against a great fighter, despite the explanations, if you will, with the wine drinking pre-fight. I think we got to kind of throw that out the window. He lost to a great fighter. He gave it his all, and perhaps he could come back here with his team firmly behind him. However, there is an answer that I don't feel was fully answered in that fight, much less in the fight before it against Yoel Romero, which was a deceptively closely scored fight, depending on how you look at it, which is Costa does not have very much experience in round threes, and he doesn't look to be very strong when it gets there, whether it was against said matchup against Romero or against another southpaw back when he fought on the Ultimate Fighter in Marcio Alessandre. Of course, he was more of a grappling threat, Bohachinia Costa was back then, but nevertheless, that energy output does have its cost for Costa, and for that reason, I'm actually going to side with Vettori to survive the early scares of storms, not just in rounds 1, but also round 2. Vettori can be hit, even though his defense and boxing has been better. His wrestling has gotten better, but that also takes a lot of energy. Ultimately, why I'm siding with Vettori here is he's essentially an unkillable character who can keep going forward. He's yet to be stopped as a pro and show the cardio to keep up that output regardless if he's winning the rounds or not. So for that reason, I'm going to side with Vettori in a fight that I see going longer than shorter, but for that specific route as well as potential routes for both fighters and more information on them, I suggest you check out my in-depth breakdown over at MMAJunkie.com where you can get results for this weekend.